How to find peace in life. The tavern was in Burlington, resting near the edge of Lake Champlain, where water stretched wide enough to remind people how small their worries could be if they let it. The air outside carried pine, cold stone, and the promise of snow that hadn't yet decided to fall. Inside, the tavern glowed softly. Lanterns hummed. The fire breathed slow and steady, like it had nowhere to be. I was drying a mug when the door opened. The traveler stepped in, shoulders tight, eyes scanning the room the way someone does when they've forgotten what rest feels like. I met her gaze and gave a small nod. "My name is Lion," I said. "I tend the fire, the bar, and whatever people carry in with them." Then gently, "What name do you carry?" She hesitated before answering. "Margaret." "Margaret," I said, "you're welcome here. Please sit." She chose a seat near the hearth, hands clasped together like she was afraid to set something down. After a moment, she spoke. "I don't know how to find peace," she said quietly. "I've tried slowing down. I've tried doing everything right, but my mind never rests. Even when life is calm, I am not." I nodded, understanding already. "Before we go further," I said softly, "let me tell you a small story." "There was once a bell maker," I began, "who lived in a quiet town. He believed peace meant silence, so he worked endlessly to remove every harsh sound from his bells. But no matter how carefully he shaped them, they never rang true. One night, exhausted, he stopped trying to erase noise and instead listened to the wind, to the forge, to his own breathing. He realized that bells weren't meant to remove sound, they were meant to harmonize with it." I looked at Margaret. "Peace," I said, "is not the absence of disturbance. It's learning how to stand without fighting what's already here." "Most people believe peace is something you earn," I continued, "after productivity, after healing, after fixing yourself." Margaret nodded immediately. "We turn peace into a destination," I said, "and then wonder why we're exhausted chasing it." The cat jumped lightly onto the bar, walked in a slow circle, then settled where the fire's warmth reached just enough. Its eyes closed, not asleep, just unbothered. "Notice that?" I said gently. "The cat doesn't wait for life to be perfect before resting." Margaret let out a small, surprised breath, almost a laugh. "Peace is the hardest to find," I said, "when noise isn't outside, but inside." She stared into the fire. "My thoughts don't stop." "They don't need to," I replied. "They just need space." At that moment, Alex set down a cup of tea beside her, steam curling upward like a slow thought being released. "Some storms," Alex murmured, "pass faster when you stop running from the rain." Then he drifted back into the shadows. "Peace," I continued, "comes when you stop demanding quiet from your mind and start offering it patience." The fire crackled softly. Margaret, I asked, when was the last time you let yourself be unfinished? She swallowed. I don't think I ever have. There, I said gently, that's where peace has been hiding. Peace is not still water, I said. It's knowing how to float. I leaned forward slightly. It looks like allowing rest without justification, letting emotions arrive without interrogation, accepting that some answers come later or never. Peace is permission. The cat stretched, stood, and moved closer to Margaret, brushing against her leg once before returning to the hearth. Even now, I said, you don't have to solve your life. You only have to be present for it. Margaret's shoulders lowered, just a little, but enough to matter. So peace isn't something I reach, she asked. No, it's something you stop blocking. Outside, Burlington rested under a quiet sky. The lake reflected lantern light like it had all the time in the world. Peace, I said softly, doesn't ask you to become someone else. It asks you to stop arguing with who you already are. I watched Margaret stand steadier than when she arrived. Carry less, I added. Breathe more. Let the day end without review. She thanked me quietly and stepped into the night. The cat watched the door long after it closed. My friend, the lanterns will remain lit and the fire will be warm, even when the door closes behind you. Return whenever the road feels heavy or when your heart seeks quiet company. Carry what serves you, leave the rest by the hearth, and know that this place and these words will wait patiently for you. Until then, travel gently and let the night watch over you.